Hi everybody, I'm making another video. I do hope you enjoy this one. My name's Lorina Quigley. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Lorina Q Mystic Medium. I'm a psychic medium, energy healer, teacher, spiritual mentor, and YouTuber. Anyway, I'm really into metaphysical everything. And anyway, I've experienced a lot of really, really amazing experiences. And I just wanted to share a few things today as far as some of my work, but also how to actually do some of this yourself. And when I say this, how to connect with a higher part of yourself and give messages. I think I got a pretty cool method, so I'm going to share that today. So we're going to start with, I was doing, and I also like to just share really interesting experiences with some of my clients, some of the stories, without giving their identity away, but just sharing some really cool stuff. And I did an energy healing on somebody. I think this was, could be 2 weeks ago or so. And so I did a session with someone, and she is not a mystical person. She's not involved in like this kind of stuff that I'm into, and doing this kind of work. She doesn't meditate. She doesn't have a lot of experiences. So this was quite remarkable. So we're doing energy healing on her. Now she came in, she has a son who's an adult addict, very adult. And she has been taking care of him on and off for many years. This is what can happen with children who are addicts. And anyway, and he had been lying to her about using, and so and she really had tried so hard to help him in so many ways. Anyway, so once she found out that he was still using, she moved him out, like he had to go. And this was like the next day that she came in for an energy healing. And oh my God, my cat. Hey, Milo. He's doing a really good job cleaning himself. That's very cat-like. Oh, and Peanut's here too. Anyway, that's just funny. I happened to look at the camera and see what he's doing. Anyway, so what happened was she decided, I mean, that's it, she's done. And she's an older woman, and I think she's tired of dealing with this and just doesn't want to give it any more energy. She came in, it's like this, she made him leave, made him move out entirely, found a whole bunch of objectionable things on his phone that she was paying for, and so she kept his phone. Anyway, that's enough of that kind of information, but she came in and she's like, I'm ready to clear this. I cleared out my home. I need to clear this energy. And she was just like, this is it. I have to be done with this. And pretty resolute and okay with it. Like, she made the right decision. So when she came in, we talked a little bit about what was going on and how she happened to find out all the information she found out about him. This is the second energy healing session that we had done on her. So she's used to what it looks like, what it feels like. So she's on my table, my massage table. And I'm working around her for a while. This is probably a good 45 minutes into the session. And she just, no, wait, sorry. Back up. She actually, like when we had just started, she said, I'm seeing a portal. I'm seeing what looks like a mandala. she said was very unusual for her. And she also saw what looked like could be a portal. So somewhere into the session, somewhere in the middle of it, she starts laughing. And I mean laughing, this joyous laugh. And she's going, I'm seeing a portal. It keeps opening and closing in front, like above her eyes. And she said every time that it opened up, she could see beyond into the cosmos. I'm saying that. She didn't say the cosmos, but she was seeing into whatever was beyond the portal. And she was laughing and she's going, oh my God, it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And almost like she just couldn't believe what she was seeing and was having an amazing experience. And I'm like, oh, hey, that's totally awesome. And you could really feel her opening up and just shedding all of this stuff that's left over from, or part of having a an adult child who is an addict, and this had been going on for many, many years. And it was just amazing. It was amazing. So it was really cool to be part of that and just being there and helping facilitate it. So she had an amazing experience. And like I said, this is very unusual for her. She's, because a lot of people, if you've had a lot of mystical experiences, you kind of search for them or try to figure out how you can have even more. And you can really get kind of locked into having them and wanting them and trying to do things to make you have them. She's not one of those people. I'm more of one of those people because I love that. But anyway, it's just a really interesting experience that she had, and I wanted to share that because it was beautiful to be part of that. Anyway, that's all. I have to drink some water. So, all right. So she could see portals and was seeing them happen. That's amazing. All right. So what I wanted to share today, I finally finished this painting. So I have two paintings, and these are angels that I've seen. I'm going to show you. This was my first one, and I've shown this before. I took the glary part off of it, but I painted this. You can see a face in that. And I painted this, I don't know, how many years after I had this experience. I had an experience where I saw 10 beings that looked like just light beings come out of the ceiling and come into the room. And this is with my eyes open. And they were all light. They were absolutely beautiful. And they were about 10 to 12 feet tall. They were large. They were not small. And I just barely finally finished this one because I've been working on it for a while. And this is a little more accurate about how the light was coming off of them. And they had faces, they had arms, they had a lot of movement, and so what happened is they were moving. These bands of light that you can see were kind of, let me put this on my lap. They're moving back and forth like this. And as parts of the light would intersect with other streams of light, and as that happened, it would pop off these colors. And this one has a lot of little blue bits, because this one that I saw was more blue in color. And again, just stunningly beautiful. And they were all white, but they were slightly different colors depending on, I don't know if it was their core. And some seemed more male, some seemed more female, but it wasn't a strong distinction. This was subtle. And also what happened while this was going on, this being, the blue one, the one that's more blue that I just showed you, he did seem more male, he stepped forward. I mean, he was standing in front of me and he stepped forward. And as I'm watching him, like he's standing right in front of me, I'm sitting on the floor. standing right in front of me. And my first thought was this recognition, oh, this is me. This is me. And it was a very simple perception. I don't know if it was accurate, but this was my perception, that that is a higher form of me. I don't know if it's true. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, I don't do absolutes and I don't say for sure very often, because until I know for sure, or that being is standing right in front of me telling me that I am an extension of you, or I'm your higher self, or you at a higher dimension, until that happens, I'm not sure. But that was my perception. And I kind of like to live that way, because people just make a lot of assumptions, and it's really easy to do when it comes to experiencing the mystical. A lot of assumptions. All right, so he steps in front of me and he says, do you want me to show you how to manifest? I'm like, yeah, I mean, don't we all want to know how to manifest? And we were communicating telepathically. And so I said yes, and he steps back and he does kind of this sweep of his hands, and all around him pops up these bars of light. And they were probably 4 feet long and a couple inches wide. And they were 360 degrees around him. And you could see all these bars of light around him. And he said, this is how you manifest. And he sweeps his arm again around. And he stops at one. It's off to the side. And he goes, this is how you manifest. And he just directs all of his attention and energy and intention at that bar of light. This is it. This is the thing that I'm going to manifest. It's that simple. Now, for now at this point in my life, this was about 12 years ago or so. I'm not sure, I'd have to count again. Anyway, because he stated this and talking about it. So is it that easy? Is it that easy? Well, at some level, it's that easy. But you have to have that level of consciousness to bring that in. And also that level of knowingness. You have to know what you want. And those bars of light were possibilities. All the possibilities exist around you. And this I believe is true, is that all of the possibilities exist around you, and you can just choose them, and you have to know what you want. Anyway, so try it. Just try it. It's very simple. And I'm going to get more into that at some point, definitely, but this, I don't want to go off into that vein in this video. So I wanted to kind of go into a technique that I use for psychic messages, getting psychic messages. Now, first of all, any kind of psychic messages. When I say psychic, this is a real broad view of psychic messages. So you can put mediumship in that. Some psychics, some mediumships don't like that. But I'm just, okay, we're speaking broadly here right now. So, and what you can do is, first of all, open up your awareness field. So first of all, what you do is call in your guides, your teachers, your helpers. I like to call in source, and I imagine a big, at the very top of the universe, there is a energy that is God, that is this bright white light. And I ask that light or God to connect with me. And I see this beam of light go down into the top of my head. I create a ball of light from that beam of light, take a few breaths, and I bring that energy through me. So I'm connected to source. And therefore protected, and hey, I'm connected to source, to God, whatever you want to call it. So it's a really good start. It's a really good start. Start there. And so as I bring that in and feel that coming through me, of course I bring in all my the archangels. I ask these guys to come out and hang out with me. And then I also ask Ascended Masters, all these people, I ask them to come in and assist with messages. And then I go up, I check my awareness field. I expand my awareness field. And so what that means is I go behind me and I go, okay, and my awareness field is opening up behind me to each side, to this side and this side, because our energy bodies are out here, but I'm expanding my awareness field, which means that I'm opening up levels of consciousness around me to know what is energetically around me, so I can feel that, I can know that that is happening. So I do that. And at some point, I do below my feet, and then I do above my feet. And then I do this little, okay, I'm going to expand my awareness above my head, and I see a part of me, my spirit, lifting up and hovering above myself, and it could be about a foot to a foot and a half. So I'm trying to see from this elevated point of view. And I kind of play with that, play with my awareness being up here and seeing around me and what is in the room. This works. And so then when you kind of play with that a little bit, you can bring it back down. You can try and, but you have that point of awareness still open. So you know that's there. And then you can either drop down into your third eye or in your heart, wherever you want to as your main focus in the reading, but you can also stay up here if you want to. All right, so adjunct. This is the one thing I wanted to talk about. You can also, what I also do is there's a reason why I do this. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff right here. So I don't know, can you guys see that well? Yeah, so what I do is I do this today, but I see this around me. I see kind of a oblong shape around me. Here's another picture of it. I painted these ones. Here's another picture of it. It kind of looks like this. So what I do, that's really nice. So what I do is I see it in gold. I see this line of energy coming through me, and it crosses in my heart, through this way and then through that way. Now there's a reason why I do that, but at some point while I was doing energy healing, I just started doing this. And what happened when I did this, I could hold my field of attention or focus much more clearly. It was almost like I was holding that space for myself to see more clearly. Because when you do energy healing or reading, sometimes you can get lost in somebody's energy field. And you can also lose focus, especially with energy healing. You can lose your focus. When I do this, kind of see this kind of a field around me, all in gold, it is just so much easier to stay focused and get kind of a higher frequency information as I'm doing it. So it's almost like you can see in a broader sense. It works. That's all I'm going to say. So please try this. And one day I was doing energy healing and I just do this. And I actually do a kind of field around the people that I work with too. I draw this around them. And I draw this as a point of focus also. So it's like their energy is more contained. And it feels very protected in that shape and environment. So I wanted to share that. But part of the reason why this came to me, at least I believe so, is I was doing a meditation with a group of people. This was in a 3rd level meditation class. And it was a mediumship class, not a meditation class. It was part of the mediumship class. It was the 3rd level. And I knew a lot of these people. And in this, it was advanced. This class, sometimes we just meditated for 2 hours. We'd walk in, talk a little bit, sit and meditate. Now, as I was doing this, and this was probably towards the, I don't know, somewhere in the middle, I was meditating. Every once in a while, I'd open my eyes and look around me. And this isn't a dark room. This is a really dark room that I'm sitting in, that we're all sitting in. And there's a lot of trust because we've been working with each other for quite some time, everyone in this class, from like beginner to advanced. Yeah, there's probably 30 people or so. Anyway, so I'm looking around, and all of a sudden I see this line of golden light going, opening up like almost all the way across the room. It was a pretty big room. I saw this light. It was yellow, kind of yellow gold. Do this, and all of a sudden this level opens up like very kind of like a geometric light form, kind of opening up, going like this. Reminds me of the third, I don't know, the third kind, that sci-fi movie. Anyway, it's not coming to me. Okay, but Close Encounters of the Third Kind, it reminds me of like how the spaceship towards the end, when it opens up like this and people start coming out. These beings start walking out, and there were 5 of them, and they look like this. They were orbs of light. They were 12 to 15 feet tall. They were quite large. They walked out. There were 5 of them that walked out, and I don't remember seeing anything inside the structure. They just walked out and started walking around. And they were orbs, so the actual light kind of moved, and you could see through the orbs, but they had the center part, and this part, like it would be kind of where your heart is. And as they moved, 2 of them moved to this one guy. One of them stood behind him, one of them stood in front of him. And so I'm just watching, and I knew that was really unusual, but I wasn't afraid. And I'm just watching, and then all of a sudden, the guy disappears. They disappear. The chair is moved back several feet. It's empty, like it's empty. And that's when I freaked out. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, that scared me a little bit, definitely. And the thing is, and there was a third one that was kind of by those 2. I'm trying to remember. I don't know where the other 2 beings were, because I could see 3. They disappeared, the 2 beings and the guy. And I don't remember anything else until after the class. I mean, it was sort of, we're opening our eyes and the meditation's over. And then I did tell my teacher about what I saw, and he didn't know what to say, because he thought that was very unusual too, and had no answers to what was that. Anyway, so after that, I started working with that actual formation. And I do ask them to come in to help me with energy healing. And also I ask these angels, these guys, you know what, I'm calling them angels now. Who knows what they really are? Light beings, they are light beings, but I'm calling them angels now. But I'm not absolutely sure, but it just seems easy to call them angels. And plus, you know, the one reason why I'm calling them that is because of the way the light moves, and it kind of moves like this, and then all those colors pop off as those light moves. That could be seen as like angel wings and being interpreted as angel wings. But anyway, so what happens, so I was doing energy healing with, you know, and I call these beings in. Every time I do energy healing, I call these other beings in too, and they do assist and help with the energy healing. So, and I've got both of these paintings, like, I've got several angelic being paintings that I painted in my studio. So after I just hung this up, this one that I just showed you, I hung it up in my studio. I asked it to help me, and I always call him in, but I asked it to help me, him to help me with an energy healing. And this was the first energy healing after I hung this up in my room, and it was like, whoa. It shifted to this whole new level of energy healing that and connection with this being of light. So for some reason, having these paintings in there and doing my work just levels up the frequency in the room and levels up the energy healing. And also I do a class and a message circle in that room, and having these paintings in there just helps. There's something about their frequency, and it's in the paintings that influences and brings that energy into the room. And I invite that energy into the room. It's very, very cool. And anyway, and so there were about 10 of them, so I'm going to try and paint all 10 of them. Yeah, that's my intention. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about this or would like more information, you can contact me at my website, and it's going to be on the video. It's the link. And I also do energy healings. I do readings online or remotely. And that's about it. But please, please, please try this method of bringing your awareness out into your energy field. Well, calling in source, bringing your awareness into the energy field. So you're really opening that space up, and then rising above yourself and see what it looks like from that place, because it does open up. It opens up your sight. It really, really does. So please try that. And then try this structure, this light structure, this frequency structure around you, and see what happens, because it really does kind of holds your focus in that space. So it's just easier, and there's more awareness. It really, really works. So please try it. Let me know how it goes. And I think that's it for today. Bye for now.